Welcome to DeanBodi Show. All right, DeanBodi coming at you May 14th, 2020. I hope everybody's doing good out there. And Bodie got groomed today by Pet Love Mobile Grooming. Very exciting day for me, both of us, running behind because of this COVID thing. So we had to, wait months for everybody to open back up. And that's one of the businesses that was kind of on hold for a little bit, the mobile grooming. And, we got to keep Bodhi all shined up and conditioned. And those of you that don't know about the Shiba Inu, love of my life, they have very thick coats. And you don't want to bathe them too much because you mess with the natural oils that are under, the layers of fur and skin. But you want to do it enough to where it stays conditioned and, we fight off all the itchies. And different things like that. Animals go through allergies and things. Those of you that have dogs know that they do. And you have to find your kind of remedy. It's been a lot of trial and error. How often to do this, how often to do that. Going to the vet, communicating the right way, and, get it dialed in. There's, Bodhi likes to lay outside in the grass and stuff a lot. And other dogs that people walk, dogs do go to the bathroom and different things and different weeds and different stuff from different times of the year. They can go through allergies just like we do. So I think we got it dialed in now. And she's looking so unbelievably awesome that makes me very excited. But she sets off the alarms when she saw the van today, the Pet Love van pulling up from way across the other side of the street. When they back up, it plays that beep, beep, beep. You heard that, and she saw the whole purple Pet Love, purple dog logo. She knew exactly what was going on and started making her what they call the Shiba Screech out of excitement and out of nervousness and all that. And she definitely puts up kind of a pretty good fuss in the beginning. It sets off that alarm. Hi, 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 hi. It kind of sounds like that. And the groomer's got to calm her down and all that stuff. By the time she gets to the blow drying ending, Bodhi starts to chill. But it's a project, and she's glad when it's all done. Man, does she feel softer, smells deodorized and all of that. So, Pet Love, as I was talking to the groomer that we always use, I said to her, the last time that I saw you, the world was normal. Now, it's a little creepy. It's a little weird. She goes, I know. And you can feel the energy change in people. You start messing with the livelihoods of everyone and all this stuff. It's something I've never seen before, and no one's ever experienced this before. But, listen, the planet's in this together. Let's come together and beat this thing. That's what this is all about. Not about left and right and bipartisan and political and all this other stuff. It's coming together, beating this thing, and get the world back cranking again and making it bigger and better than it was before. Right? Right? What's that, Bodhi? Oh, Bodhi said thanks for the grooming today, and I'm really glad that we did it. All right, you're welcome. So today we were talking about, on the video we do in DeanBodi YouTube channel, you go to YouTube, type in DeanBodi, bam, should pop up. I'm working out what's the exact email address, youtube.com, whatever, / right now, when I type it in, DeanBodi, one word, DeanBodi, boom, there it is. You see all the episodes and the different videos that we're doing, and we want to connect it to the podcast, and soon be having a call-in number that's going to be attached to the podcast. People can call in and ask some questions about whatever, and we're going wherever we want to go. Okay? And we've been around over here on this side of the fence. We've been through a lot of things, and there's a lot of knowledge over here. Can relate to a lot of different situations, a lot of different people. So that's what's going to be cool about this, is we're just going to let it, just roll with it, and tap into one another as humans and different experiences that we not only do we connect, but some things that might be a little bit, wow, I didn't know that, or wow, I've never done that before, and all that fun stuff that's going to go on. So we were talking about, since we were on the topic of bathing and water and Bodhi going through it, I kind of segued into a shout out to my nephew Matthew. We went to the water slide, and for the life of me, I can't think of the name of the water park. Oakland Park Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale. We're going back to the 80s. This water slide was unreal. It was too awesome. You'd have to walk up, I don't know, it must have been 5 flights of stairs or 6 to get to the top. This particular one, you did not use the mat to jump on and slide down. You just went plop down and you go, okay? And the technique was to arch your back and get up on your heels and your shoulder blades, which were both red by the time you're at the end of the day from ride, like you were like some kind of human, hydroplane. And I'm not kidding right now. When you went from regular flat cruising down to arching your back, heels, and shoulder blades, like some kind of trifoil or quad hydroplane machine, you would go way faster. So we took it up another level, okay? And we would do this technique where Matthew would go first, right? And I'd start coming down, and he would stop, hit the brakes on halfway down, maybe 3/4 of the way down. And you'd have to kind of, that's an art in itself, stopping. And I'd come barreling down and meet up with him, right? To the point where we'd start slowing down. I'd bend my legs. He'd be grabbing like my feet, my ankles, and then I would push as hard as I could with my feet, my legs. He would just fly and just turbo boost, and it was way too cool. And sometimes you go barreling into the person that's going normal. They don't know the turbo technique. And sometimes you would hit the bank while you're approaching the person in front of you and go up high in the bank past that other person and fly right by them. They must have been dumbfounded. We never did interview those people. They must have been like, how is he going that fast? So that was way too much fun. Never forget it. Those red marks on the shoulder blades and the heels probably lasted about 3-4 days but that was something that we came up with, man. And, talk about going down that thing fast and really making the most out of that water slide. Too much fun, man. Too much fun. So that being said, so many things came out of back in the day. When I'm going further back, I want to talk about some of the toys that we had. And the AFX cars, you'd set up these tracks around, in your room or in your house, and you would have the control, right? And you would race these AFX cars around. And you can customize them a little bit, change different tires from what I remember. And it was just the coolest thing ever. And I remember one of the toys they came out with was like these I don't know what they were called. They were hot juice cars, juice something. And you would actually plug this thing into these cars and it would fill up like the tank electrically or something, whatever it was, and get them juiced up. And then you'd put them on the track and watch these things fly around the track. Different cars and, different styles of cars you could get. And it was so much fun watching these things fly around. Now, on the Hot Wheels side of things, those are the tracks that you had to also, too, had to put together, right? And there was different things with the Hot Wheels, man. There were the loop-the-loops. There were this machine that the car would come around the corner and go into this like house thing. And this house thing had these rubber wheels inside the house. So when the car came in, it would shoot it out and blast the thing around the track. Too cool. Whatever that thing was called, the house, I don't know, the rocket house, but it would go in there and then blast the car out the other way. Also, there was one car set that it would come around and you would pull this handle down, and this little handle would smack the back of the car and fly it around the track. So many cool car track toys back in the day. It was unbelievable. Not just the Hot Wheels that you could collect, but some of the ones that were on the track, the AFX cars with the with the remote control, and you'd have to control the speed of it and things like that. But the other Hot Wheel different things that you could get, the different tracks, the different setups, the loops, man. You'd make some ramps and some jumps, and I'm telling you, man, that was way too much fun. So that being said, man, we're having a good time over here, DeanBodi Podcast. And remember, it's Dean and Bodi Show. And I hope everybody's having a great day and keeping your head clear and, moving forward with all of this. And just, know that it's going to be all right. And this is not going to happen overnight, but we're going to get through this. And hope that DeanBodi can be a shining light and a little injection of some positive energy as you're moving through these interesting times, as we're going to call it. So, man, but that was unbelievable. You talk about the turbo boost on the water slide with that technique we had. Too much fun. The Hot Wheel tracks and the different car sets and all that stuff was way too much fun. And I think back on that. It's such a warm fuzzy when you think about some of the toys back in the day. And we'll elaborate more on this too, but not only a shout out to my nephew Matthew on the water slide, champs of the world. If we had the water slide Olympics, we would have got the gold. Hands down, nobody knew that technique. And when I start talking about toys, I have to obviously take a moment and think about my father, who passed away when I was about 3.5. He owned toy stores called Children's World. Had like 4 locations around the greater Miami area. And miss him so much. It's beyond what I can say in words, for sure. But the toys business is in me. And I start thinking about that. We'll have definitely more toy stories. And I'm always going to honor my father when it comes to anything about toys or anything. He's on my mind all the time. And he's my motivation. Keeps me moving forward. And love you, Dad. So we'll talk to you again next time, right? DeanBodi Podcast. Remember, DeanBodi@gmail.com is the email. You can send comments, questions there. DeanBodi YouTube channel, DeanBodi Podcast. Wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, or Google. Everyone, have an awesome day. We'll see you next time. And one more time for the road. DeanBodi Show. Take care, everyone. Bye now.